We're at Touch Beyond Vision at the OXO 2 Gallery in London. Touch Beyond Vision is an art exhibition where it's tactile art aimed at those who are visually impaired. So we're demonstrating a number of artwork that is all tactile, touchable. We encourage people to get their hands onto the artwork. We've got an exhibition which we've called The Best of British, and it's got a mix of icons, celebrities, and artwork from British history. We also have the mural wall at the bottom, and that's got 12 images of people's personal stories. That's where people have submitted personal memories to us themselves. So it could be of their wedding day. Another really strong one has been of their previous guide dog. So what we've done with those is we've taken those images and we've turned them into 3D touchable tactile models for them.
Yes, it's our wedding photo.
Wedding photo. It's just really lovely going back to that day.
All the stuff around, there was a big old venue and there was lots of stuff there that I didn't realise existed until I got to touch the photo, and the curtains and the panelling in the background are really beautiful. I knew where me and Claire were because we were there. Seeing all the other stuff around it was really nice. When Brad first did them and brought a selection to Coventry Vision Hub, and I got to touch mine, it was quite an emotional moment that I cherish, actually, because it's literally the first time I've ever interacted with a picture of myself. People take photos of themselves on a daily basis, millions of times a day, and people don't really think of how special it is to be capturing a little moment of their lives. And to me, because it's an experience that I don't get every day, it's really quite a special one.
If you have a map or a smaller touchable piece of artwork in your hand of where you are, to feel where you are, where you're going, what your surrounding is. So if you happen to be at a monument and you can see examples we've got here, Angel of the North, but you can feel the Angel of the North because it's a small piece that's in your hand, that's something that's in the moment with you. So there's things we hadn't thought of, which are just some really nice stories about the use or the potential use for the technology itself.
I chose an image of myself where I am wearing a pinafore dress, holding my cane and standing next to a wall. I chose this image because it was a really wonderful photo shoot that I did to get some new headshots. I'm an actor, so I usually have to get new photos every so often. I really enjoyed this one because it felt really empowering to stand there with my cane in my disabled glory and just feel really good about myself. And I really have never actually felt an image of myself. I really have always wanted to actually feel what I look like. I have no visual memories, so being able to actually get to feel me, it was such a fantastic experience. And when I felt the image for the first time, I'll be real with you, I had a bit of a tearful moment. I was really happy, really emotional about the whole thing.
Every museum, every gallery, they should have tactile artworks. We would want other galleries to be able to put on Touch Beyond Vision events.
It would mean being able to access artwork on a level playing field. That's not something I find easy to do. Being born blind, I don't really understand a lot of visual things, and so to be able to feel something like that means that I get to access it in a very similar way, and it's just so nice to be able to actually feel those images and understand what people are seeing and be able to gain something from that myself.
On each piece of artwork, we've got a headset. Now we've taken a different approach to the audio. So our audio describes, it says start in and then take your hand across and you will feel this. So it's a guiding tour through every piece of artwork itself. It doesn't just describe it as this is a face of and they are smiling. It tells you this is the smile and you will feel the smile is like. So it takes you across that. When you walk into an art exhibition, typically, people can walk and stare at a piece of art and they're there for a couple of minutes. Some people take seconds to look at it. But here, people are there 5-10 minutes at a piece of artwork before they move on to the next one. Then they go back and go, well, I thought that was my favorite, but no, this one's my favorite. People have been in here for a good hour and a half going around 18 pieces of artwork. And actually they've been saying, are you doing this again? Are you going to put this on somewhere else? And that's exactly what we hope, that somebody else will take this on or art galleries will take this on.
Getting to interact with something like this in such a tactile way, it just makes it feel real and really makes me feel connected to the artwork.
Our business is actually this style of artwork. Everything you see here, so the actual style of artwork, the traditional name for it is called bas reliefs. It goes back many decades if you think about the sorts of artwork, and it's very reminiscent of the sorts of Greek style carving, and that's what our software for 30 years has been a specialist in. That's what we do. The majority of the coins in the world are designed in our software. So we have a lot of expertise in bas relief designs. We're using it in a lot of different places for this. It's just we've seen another opportunity using our recent development. Previously, you had to manually sculpt it. To sculpt a face, it takes between 40 and 150 hours for a skilled artist to look and feel like a human. Well, these artworks take about 8 seconds to turn into that to get the same look and feel. So it's significantly quicker for AI to now do that. And this wasn't possible before the use of AI technology.
And it's really nice to talk to Brad and Tim and all the people at Carveco, because actually they're very keen to make not just the results available to people that can't see, but the method of creation as well, which is very exciting.
There's a lot of positive use for AI technology for disability, and we think there's a lot of opportunity, and every single person who's been to the exhibition spoke to us about the artwork, is so happy they've come and so impressed with the level of detail. It's just been wonderful to hear people's stories and to see some of the tears as well from people as they've actually been experiencing the artwork.